Hello everybody, welcome to my third video blog on my journey to my first powerlifting competition on March 28th in Vista. Today I'm going to be talking all about what equipment and clothing I am allowed to wear for a raw open competition, meaning I can't have any sort of equipment that helps me lift more weight. It all has to be naturally lifted. So first, base layer, just plain old undergarments, underwear, and then sports bra for females. But as I'll talk about with the clothing, nothing can have any material in it that's rubberized or designed in a way that will help you generate force or rebound to help with your lifts. So the first thing we're going to be talking about today after the undergarments is the singlet. So I'm not going to try this on because unfortunately it's too small. I have to buy a bigger size. But the singlet, it's used in powerlifting, weightlifting competitions, and wrestling matches. It's a one piece. It has to be a one piece. It has to be this design. I just took this off of the approved singlets off of the USA Powerlifting manual. It's by Inzer. I actually ended up buying most of my clothing and equipment from Inzer. It's a well-known powerlifting brand. So the shorts are supposed to be, they have to hit above the knee, and then if you're wearing knee sleeves, which I'll get to in a second, the shorts can't touch the knee sleeve. It has to just be kind of like a tank top style on the top, just two straps. And again, nothing in the material can help you push or pull the weight. It just has to be a natural fitted onesie. So hopefully the next size up will fit. And then, so I don't have this with, this is the only thing I haven't bought yet. I'm probably gonna buy it from the actual competition. It just has to be a t-shirt to wear under the singlet. And again, nothing in the material, the fabric, can be supportive. It cannot help you rebound in your bench press. Or generate extra force. The sleeves have to be from your lower deltoid to above the elbow. It cannot cover your elbow, and it cannot also be a tank top. And logos, they are not picky about logos, just nothing, it can't just have any profanity. But the Inzer design, the Inzer logo is fine. The t-shirt also cannot have any pockets or zippers or buttons. And it has to have a collar, which I'm interpreting as just like a seamed collar, not a dress shirt collar. So again, there are some photos in the manual, but a lot of them were sold out. So I think I'm just gonna buy it from the actual competition. Shoes, I like my Vivo Barefoots. The manual says that any type of indoor closed-toed athletic shoe is acceptable. A lot of lifters will opt for actual powerlifting, weightlifting shoes, and those are they have a harder sole, and then often the heel is lifted to help in the squat so that you can get depth. And if you don't have that ankle flexibility to get to your full depth with your feet flat, the lifting shoes can lift you up a little bit and help you get the depth to hit the lift. Because the lift, you have to, in the squat, you have to get your hips below your knees. So I opted just for the Vivo Barefoots. I don't know, probably for almost 10 years, I've just really been into barefoot shoes. I like the feel of the ground beneath my feet. The Vivo Barefoots are great because it really feels just kind of like a sock with a grippy bottom. So just really natural feeling. My feet can move as they like. And I feel like I have really good contact with the ground. You definitely, for a lifting shoe, don't want anything with a drop. Well, you can have a drop, like I said, in order to lift the heel to help with the ankle flexibility, but you don't want to have padding like in a lot of running shoes because that disconnects you from the ground and then there's less stability in your lift. The next item of clothing is socks. Socks are required for the deadlift and the squat. And they must go up to your knee, but not above. Maybe I'll just put one on since these are compression socks, they're a little bit hard to get on. So you have your socks. I got these from Inzer as well. compression deadlift socks. They don't actually have padding in the front, which you can buy deadlift socks with padding in the front to protect your shins. I think their goal here is just so that the competition goes quickly and they don't want to be wiping your shin blood off of the bar between every lift. So I guess I'm just gonna get dressed in this video for my lifting competition. Sans t-shirt and singlet. So then, right, we got our socks. They hit below the knee. They'll protect me a bit in the deadlift, but it's only 1 rep, so I'm not super worried about scraping up my shins. Might bruise them a little bit, but I'm just kind of used to it by now. And then plus my shoes. Okie dokie. Next thing I'll talk about here, which actually I should have put on first, are knee sleeves. Knee sleeves are designed to help with your knee stability and safety. When the lifts get heavy, your knees can buckle. So this just provides a little bit of extra support and stability. They should be quite tight. They're quite hard to pull up and over. And again, there's a difference between, so these are just knee sleeves. You can also, for a competition where you are allowed to have supportive equipment, get knee sleeves that help you rebound in your squat and then help you lift more weight. And so there's the knee sleeves. Next item that I don't think I'm gonna use, you can use wrist straps. Again, that's just something to help with joint pain, joint stability in your wrists. My wrist's starting to fatigue and get a bit sore from all this heavy lifting, so maybe I'll look into some wrist straps. But again, those just have to be on your wrist and they can go over your thumb. But that's unlike, you can't use a lifting strap that goes all the way up your hand and helps you pull the weight and helps you keep a grip on the bar. For the deadlift, you can only use chalk. Has to be nothing on your hands to help you actually grip the bar and pull it up. And then for a raw competition, you are allowed to use a lifting belt still. So I just got this today. You can see this inset video is me putting it together. It just came without the buckle, and then I had to estimate where I needed to put the buckle and then screw it in. So now that it's screwed in, I'm gonna put it up here, get the prongs in, and then lever it shut. So now I have something to brace against. So what this is used for is to create intra-abdominal pressure so that when you breathe in to brace, you're pushing out against the belt and then you can just generate more force. You have more stability through your core. So in a squat, breathe in. You still want to keep your ribs stacked over your hips and then squat all the way down and push back up. So this is brand new. I do have to break it in. It's a bit stiff right now. As I break it in, I may have to unscrew it and get it a little tighter. Without a brace, I should barely be able to get one finger in there. There's 2 areas that you can wear the lifting belt. I practiced with some older lifting belts that Tom had. I find that I liked it higher up around my ribs here, because that's where the diaphragm is. That's where your rib cage is going to expand the most as you breathe in for the brace. But also I have some rib flare. So if I wear it lower, you can wear it lower around your waist. That is also perfectly acceptable. If you wear it lower, I'm just afraid if I do, I just found that I'm not getting as good of a brace if I wear it lower, and then it tends to slide down. So some people say this also helps protect your low back. I would say that you should have a strong core and low back in the first place, and that's better than better for injury prevention than just trying to put a belt on it in order to avoid building up your core and your low back. And then that's how the injury happens, is if you're not actually working on your core and low back strength. So for competition, I bought an Inzer belt. So it's USA Powerlifting and IPF approved. It can't be taller than 10 centimeters, and then the width of the actual belt sideways. So this way, you can opt for a 10 millimeter or a 13 millimeter. I opted for a 10 millimeter because I wanted a little bit more flexibility in the belt. Again, it's still pretty stiff right now, but it'll loosen up with time. And it's great quality, lifetime warranty, so I splurged for the slightly more expensive one. Well, thanks for listening. Drop any questions you have in the comments. Follow me and Tom on Instagram and subscribe to my YouTube, and keep following along as I build up my numbers for my first powerlifting competition. Thanks so much.